Today marks 2 years since Bakersfield police officer David Nelson died in a crash during a vehicle chase.
Investigators quickly arrested Julian Hernandez, who was the target of Nelson's pursuit. He was jailed on $2 million bail and charged with second-degree murder. But after that, the case stalled. Reporter Kyle Harvey today found out why. Kyle?
Well, Rochelle, it's not terribly uncommon, but the reason the justice system has yet to resolve this highly publicized and emotional case is that Hernandez is now being represented by his 5th different attorney. 2 years ago, Bakersfield police responded to the worst call a department can receive: an officer down. David Nelson became involved in a car chase near Bakersfield College after Julian Hernandez fled from what began as a routine traffic stop. Nelson's patrol car crashed into a wall and caught fire. Nelson, who wasn't wearing a seatbelt, couldn't be saved. Our community, as well as many around California, mourned his death, and Hernandez was ultimately charged with second-degree murder for his role in the fatal chase, much to the disappointment of the public defender's office.
The law takes great care to make sure that the defendant receives a fair trial.
Prosecutor Jim Simpson has been ready to present his case for a long time. So what's the delay?
It's been the conflicts declared by the attorneys who have represented him.
In 2 years, Julian Hernandez has been counseled by 5 different lawyers, with the latest, Ronald Carter, assuming the job in January. By law, an attorney's conflict of interest with an appointed client is not public information, so we'll never know why exactly the first 4 attorneys had to pass on the case. What we do know is that a new lawyer essentially hits the reset button on the case. The new attorney has a sizable amount of evidence to consider as they assemble Hernandez's defense.
The accident reconstruction report alone is a couple hundred pages. The offense report is several hundred pages.
The wait for closure for all sides isn't easy, but Simpson isn't inclined to rush the process.
Yeah, it is frustrating. It's disappointing, but at the same time, I recognize that that's the way the law works.
A jury trial is scheduled to begin in September, and despite a history of vacated trial dates, Simpson is optimistic this time all sides will be ready to move forward. Ronald Carter hasn't responded yet to our request for comment on this update. Live in studio, Kyle Harvey, Eyewitness News.